All right, thank you everybody for coming out. Welcome to St. Andrews, this special occasion here. Just want to let everybody know how proud the school is of Gaby and for all her accomplishments. And we're looking forward to watching her for the next 4 years. And I'm going to introduce her mother, Patty, and Brunt. She's going to say a few words for us.
My family's not going to behave. Okay, first let me thank everybody for coming out today. Gaby signs her letter of intent to swim in Alabama. This has been an incredible ride. We tossed Gaby in the pool as a baby, and she learned to swim pretty quickly. She wanted to do everything on her own. She didn't want any part of swim lessons. We put her in a swim lesson, and she was, "Don't touch me, I got this." So we let her go, and she's been swimming ever since. She used to swallow so much water, probably not gonna tell you, that she would get out of the pool and just throw up in my hand, and then hop back in the pool. Like, it was disgusting. This is how we go. So early on in her early swimming here at Savannah, she has a habit of sharpening markers. I'm sure you all have seen her drawing of herself or you. She would tattoo everyone. All the kids would have stars, hearts, eat my bubbles, everything like that. And she still does it to this day. Swimming can be a lonely sport. There's so many yards every day. You're staring at a black line. Lots of tears, lots of frustrations. Some meets were terrific, and other meets were quite humbling. The strength it takes to persevere through the highs and lows is one attribute where Gaby stands above the rest. She doesn't stay down. She listens to her coach, she watches her races on her own, and she makes the necessary adjustments, and she just doesn't dwell on bad swims. She lets them fuel her. Her greatest attribute as an athlete is her mental strength. She believes in herself. You can visibly see it when she's warming up behind the blocks. When she's tuned in, she's unbeatable. I sound like a bragger, but it's true. When she's tuned in, she's unbeatable. She's still learning how to get herself into that mindset, so there's a lot of growth to happen. When she's on the national level, it's difficult to get there, but she's working on it, and by the time she gets to Alabama, she's going to be a force. So while St. Andrews isn't very big on the swimming scene, you guys have been such a great supporter of Gaby. From billboards, her helpful teachers, all the understanding and the flexibility, they really have made this all possible. We're so grateful. Gaby's Coach Bill Forrester, who happens to be an Olympic bronze medalist. I always say that, but I think it's so cool. He has been her coach for the last 5 years. She has only ever swum for Georgia Coastal Aquatic Team, that's Bill's team. He has been an extension of our family. She doesn't always like his tough practices, as Bill knows, but you always know how to push her. You've made the greatest impact on her reaching her goal of swimming at the Division I level, so thank you for that. To Gaby's teammates and classmates, you have no idea the difference that you make. She recently was having a rough day at the meet. She was feeling terrible, and she came up to me and she said, "I'm going to stop thinking so much about how bad I feel and just focus on helping and cheering for my teammates." She loves you guys so much. You're in the grind with her day in and day out. It's really what keeps her motivated at the pool and at school. So thank you all for that. And lastly, Gaby, we are so happy for you. Here's where the tears go. This is well deserved. We are proud of your perseverance, your dedication, and your ability to be the loudest person at every swim meet, basketball game, pep rally, Scottish games, you name it. She's the loudest one, right? We love you.
Okay, well, I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone that's here. It really means a lot that y'all came out to support me. and probably wondering why I chose Brunt, since most of y'all are UGA fans. But when I took my official there, I absolutely loved it. The coaches were great, the team was great, and they just made me feel really special. And I would like to say a huge thank you to, oh, I said that, my bad. But I would like to thank my parents. My mom, like, she's always been my #1 supporter, never failed to come watch me at a meet, and she gives me the best pep talks for all my races, and always makes me smile. She encourages me to go to every one of my practices, even when I'm making excuses not to. And my dad, if you didn't know, he's a D1 swimmer at West Virginia, and never fails. He always has to mention it to every college coach he talks to. He always tells me he's proud of me, even after my worst swims, and I will forever appreciate his ability to cheer me up on my worst days. So then there's Grace. So Grace, you're the reason I started swimming, and I want to thank you for going so fast when you were younger, so it gave me times to shoot for, and you've always been my favorite competitor and out of the pool. And then Coach Bill, thank you. You've got me to the point where I am. And you always encourage me in my meets, even after my bad swims, you find something positive to say to me. And then for the teachers and staff at St. Andrews, y'all have been so helpful with me making up missing assignments, and it's just something that I'll never forget. And my grandparents, I'd like to thank y'all for checking my times after I swim and always being the first one to text me. You're always there to give me a big hug after my races. Finally, my teammates. Y'all get me through every practice with a smile on my face, always cracking jokes with me and keeping me motivated. I have a special bond with y'all where I can always be myself. I'm grateful for all our laughs and the many car rides after practice to get a snack from whichever gas station. Y'all really inspire me. And I would also like to say that you make so many lifelong friends through the sport. And I would say my best friend, Alex, who's now swimming at the University of Ohio, she's really meant a lot to me throughout this career. And earlier this morning, her father passed away, and that made me toy with the idea of postponing this. So if y'all could please say a prayer for their family, it would be very appreciated. Thank you. And this is Coach Bill.
Thank you, Gaby. Yeah, it's an exciting thing to watch a swimmer grow up, and I think probably age 5, maybe. Sorry. Actually, before that, I remember coaching. I was in front of the pool, and I watched a lady walk in with her daughter, 87, 8 years old, and walked down the pool deck, and I was like, this little voice inside me said, "You need to go talk to this lady right now." So I walked around and I got to meet Patty and her daughter Grace. And so what I found out is Grace was a great competitor, extremely fast, national record holder, and definitely a great example for her younger sister. But I had no idea that we're gonna eventually have Gaby, and so it was just exciting to watch her come in, 5, 6 years old, that first fall that she swam, and we quickly found out that she loves to win, and I know that Patty said something about that, but she really loves to win. She'll go, no matter where she is shooting for that top spot, whether it's at nationals or anywhere in between. It was fun to watch her as a younger swimmer. And I didn't coach her when she was younger, but I always watch the swimmers, the younger ones. I would watch them. They're 6, they're 7, 8 as they're coming up, and I'll talk to them. Going back to what Grace, Gaby said about her best friend, Alex. I remember she and Alex always accepted everybody. Didn't matter what team they were on. It was like, come on, let's play. And you know, you you've got an hour between events, let's go have some fun. Always, every time, all the time. Age 8, age 9, 10, 11, 12. They accepted everybody. Come on, let's go and have some fun. And that's why she's got so many lifelong friends in the sport, because she's probably never met a stranger. She's always friendly to everybody. There's a few highlights that I just want to mention because there's so many. I just remember at age 12, and I still hadn't started coaching her yet. She was still in Coach Wall's group. And at 12, in probably April of when she was 12, we went to our first long course meet. She went like a 108 and 100 fly in a practice suit, tired because we've been training pretty hard. And I was like, wow. I said, Gaby, that's pretty good. We'll be back here in about a month. Where do you think you can go in a month? So it was really fun to watch the progression when she was 12. 108, and the next month she came back, she was 106, 104. By the end of the season, she went to zones, I think I've got it right, she went to zones, I think she went to 102, and that was at 12. And the very next year, at the end of the season, about the same time, May through August, we went to Futures Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. She goes 100, 46, and made her own chalk at 13. So those are a couple of memorable times. And, she made her own trial cut to go to 2020 Olympic trials. And we didn't get to go because of COVID. 2019, 2020, all got smushed into one just terrible, time. Emotionally, physiologically, training-wise, and everything, everybody got turned upside down. But by the end of 2020, we got back to some good training. Gaby got back in really good shape, ended up back to her original times. We didn't get to go to the Olympic trials in 2020, but in 2021 she went and did extremely well. So I was excited about that, to be able to have the lack of training and just the emotional upheaval of 2019 and 2020. She came back really strong and did well. And then last year, she commits to Alabama, which I think is it's going to be a great program. Right now, they've got some of the best swimmers in the world, and she's going to have some great training partners there. And so I think there's a lot of great swimming for Gaby to do at the next level, at the collegiate level. So I'm excited. I'm happy that I've been a small portion of her life and her journey. And it's always fun to watch him push them out of the nest and get them off to college and then see how well they do. And feel like Gaby's going to do really well. So thank you and congrats.
Okay, this time we're going to
Careful.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. The press will probably want to stay and talk to Gaby for a little bit, but I want to thank everybody for coming out, the students, with the support. It's great, parents and family, thank you for coming out. School's very proud.